Hey, what's going on, guys? Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. In today's video, I'm going to be showing my opinion on the top 10 Geometry players of all time. This basically means the best players for the time that they played, or their peak for the time that they played. So if like a player right now is worse than they are, like worse than a player that they are right now, that just means because of how good they were back then. So yeah, if you guys have not liked up the video yet, make sure to like it up and subscribe. At number 10, we have a really good player, Verified Acropolis. You guys may know him. It's SlideGD. He's just like a really amazing player overall. He's beaten many extreme demons for the time he was in. He also beat them pretty fast. He was like the first to beat a few demons as well, if not the earliest or one of the first to beat it. So he's a really good player overall. I highly recommend you check him out, although he did quit. But check out his videos and see how well he played. But I placed him number 10. Combined, I put at number 9. He's a really amazing player. He's about to also verify one of the hardest levels, if not the hardest level, Kinos, which he basically is already at like 94%. He's also beaten many other extreme demons before. Got progress on a lot of them, but not complete. But he overall is a pretty good player. I mean, like this level Kinos is like, oh my god, it's probably like the hardest thing I've ever seen, even to get past. So he's like a really good player overall. He's also beaten many demons like Yatagarasu, Sonic Wave, Deception Dive, Sakupin Hell, Bosch Vortex. He's beaten many of these extreme demons, and the time that he beat them were pretty early as well. So I give high respect to this guy, although I really want to hear his voice also. Maybe he might do a voice reveal soon. So he's a really awesome player. That's why I placed him at number 9. At number 8, you may not have heard of him, but his name is Brian the Burger. He recently has just grown so much. He's just beaten every single extreme demon you can imagine in a matter of 3 months. He's beaten Sakupin Hell, Subsonic, Arctic Arena, Mystic, Night Party, Zethkiel, Black Blizzard, Erebus, all of these extreme demons recently. I can see him becoming the next Sunix, and in my opinion, I think he's probably going to become the new best demon, best demon grinder. So he's probably going to become the best player in the next month or so. Because overall, he's beaten almost every extreme demon on the Pointer Crate demon list. So that's why I had to place him at number 8, because he's new, but I can see him becoming close to the top 5. At number 7, I put srguillester. He's becoming really well, and he's improving so much. He's recently been beaten so many extreme demons. I mean, he verified also Hatred, and overall he's just beating so many levels so fast, such as Erebus, Glowy, Artificial Dream, Thanatos, Yatagarasu, Quantum Processing, Sakupin Hell, and just many more extreme demons like that. It's insane to see how much he has been doing recently. He's also been doing this recently. So yeah, that's the reason why I couldn't place him any higher, mainly because he's growing a little bit. He's beating demons a little bit newer in this point in time. So if he were to do this back then, he would obviously be placed higher. But overall, I can see him also becoming a top 5 player soon. But he recently he recently left GD and decided to go to OSU, so that brought his skill level a little bit down. But overall, he's a really good player. At number 6, I put Luquaz. I don't really know how to pronounce his name, but he is just probably the best 60 Hz player I've ever seen. The reason why he's above all those other players is that he's been old to the community. He's been beating many extreme demons. He's also been doing this all on 60 Hz. He's beaten Black Blizzard, Betrayal of Fate, Conical Depression, and probably 50 other extreme demons, and it's insane to see how well the player is just on 60 Hz. So I place him at number 6, mainly because there are other players who also have done more for their rate, 135 Hz being Bloodbath and all that, Bloodlust, and it's just insane to see all that. So, I mean, if once he gets to 145 Hz or just beats more top 50 extreme demons, then I can move him higher. But as of right now, I think that he would probably place on the 6th of all time. At At number 5, you guys probably already know who it is. It's Riot. I mean, as I said in the beginning of the video, it's not about how good they are now, it's as good as they were back then. So like Riot verified Bloodbath, and this level was not beaten through another 6 months. That's one of the longest an Extreme Demon has ever been gone without beaten. And overall, like, the level is probably top 50 now, but at the time, this was like the hardest thing to do. So it's insane to see how Riot verified this, especially in like a short amount of attempts for the time that this was made and verified. So I had to choose Riot. He's also beaten many other Extreme Demons, such as Hate War, Abazar Phantasm, Ice Carbon Dagger X, Quest for Perfection, and many more. He just not recently, but he quit the community a long time ago, mainly because he got arthritis in his hands and he kind of got bored of the game. So it's sad to see how he's gone, but overall I put him at number 5 because like he was probably the best player of all time for his time that he was out, and overall he's just an amazing player. At number 4, I put one of my favorite Geometry Dash streamers, Skullo. I mean, like, I always used to watch him. He was probably my favorite Geometry Dash player, like, in the beginning of when I started playing Geometry Dash. So he was one of my favorite players as well. He beat many Extreme Demons and was one of the first to also beat Yatagarasu. He's beaten Hatred, Mystic, the Hell World, Erebus, Artificial Scent, Sonic Wave, Zathkiel, Scoopinel. Like, you name it, he's beaten like the whole like top like 50 demons list. So that's why I put him in number 4. I mean, he is just one of the best players as well, and he also quit as well as other players inside this list, sadly. But at the time that he beat these levels, he was probably the second best in my opinion when he beat these levels. But there are obviously better players now, so that's why I had to put him at number 4. And at number 3, we have Wuji999. You probably heard of him. He's been beaten. I mean, he quit the community once again, as every single other one of these players. But I mean, he's beaten like almost every single like Extreme Demon as well. But like he's been beaten on probably thirst, if not like one of the thirsts every single level. He beat like literally anything like that you can imagine thirst. He's beaten Blade of Justice. He was the first one to beat. He beaten Arctic Arena, Digital Descent, Gamma, Delta Interface, Zathkiel, Erebus, Yatagarasu, Sakupinhal, Bosch of Vortex, Thanatos, Infernal Abyss. Like, you can name it. He's basically beaten all of them. And he's also verified many levels, such as Retention, which is probably his most famous. So overall, he's been a pretty good player, so I place him at number 3. At number 2, we have Diamond Splash. He still plays to this day, thankfully. I mean, he's also ranked number 1 on Point to Create Demon list, besides Sunix, who got banned. But overall, he's beaten like Stalemate Redux, Kadriga City, Zathkiel, Thanatos, Glowy, Arctic Arena, Sakupinhal, Demonicat, Blade Justice, Envy, Artificial Scent. You can basically name it. He's basically beaten all those levels. He's also one of the first ones to beat them as well. And he just like beats them within days. It's insane to see how fast he beats them in the low amount of attempts he beaten them. So yeah, overall he's like probably the best player as of right now that plays. And yeah, he's probably going to move above some other players as well. Probably become the number 1 player. But overall he's really amazing, and I think he's going to become the best player soon. At number 1, we obviously had Sunix. I mean, he's basically beaten like any Extreme Demon, you name it, he's beaten it, as well as unrated Extreme Demons. He's beaten Death Corridor Z, which is absolutely insane. I don't even know how it's possible. He's beaten Yatagarasu, Betrayal, Fate, Conical Depression, Plasma Pulse, Finale, Bloodlust, Phobos, Artificial Ascent, Erebus, Glowy, Step to Hell, Quantum Processing, the Hell Zone, Gamma. You can basically name it. He's basically beaten everything. He's also known for beating them like extremely fast, and he beats them in a low amount of attempts as well. And yeah, he's overall probably the best player of all time in my opinion. He just beats like anything. Like once the level comes out, he's like already beaten it. So overall, I think he's probably the best player in my opinion of all time. And yeah, if you guys do disagree, just let me know inside the comments. But overall, I really think he's a good player, and he's basically beaten like probably the most extreme demons I've ever seen as well. So yeah. Hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Make sure to drop a thumbs up, like the video, share it with friends, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I may be doing more top 10 videos. I haven't done one in a while, so I decided to do them now. If you guys did disagree with any of my placements, just let me know inside the description, and I'll go check them out. So yeah, this is all my opinion, and it's all about all time, as I said. And yeah, hope you guys did enjoy the video. Share it up with friends. See you guys inside the next one, and peace. Have a wonderful day.